Good morning. It's really becoming quite difficult to work out a different view to have for reflections, and it's such a beautiful day. I really felt it had to be somewhere outside, but I've seen most of my views from the garden, so this is from upstairs, from one of the front bedrooms, and as you can see, it's not a bad place to have your spare bedroom, so that when people come and stay they can see the bridges, they can see the water, and on a glorious day like this they can just see absolute sunshine. It is wonderful. I suppose some of the problems with the reflections and finding a space is I do forget where I've been and what you've already seen and what you've not seen. As my memory decreases, however, the benefit and the positive is that as memory decreases, my forgettery increases. So it's kind of putting a positive spin on that. I don't know where I first heard about forgetteries. It's not something I made up, but it's something that certainly stuck with me and has struck me. My forgettery is getting better and better. Let's face it, growing old has its consequences, hasn't it? Sight or hearing, or maybe just health in general. But there's a privilege of growing older that does unfortunately bring changes that we would prefer not to have. But maybe we can find a balance and adjust our lives a wee bit. Maybe that adjustment is to set aside our pride and go and get that hearing test that we've always said we might do sometime perhaps, but we don't need it quite yet. If we're forgetting things simply because we're older, then perhaps we just need to write things down more. And then, once you've written it down, write a wee note somewhere else to remind us where the first note is. And if it's a grocery list that you've written down, then maybe remember to take it with you. But, well, we've all done that. Tried to remember what it was we wrote down and what we should be buying. I'm speaking of myself in this, no one else really. And of course, if you forget something that you can remember only little bits about, there's always Google. Who was that said that? What was that place that we went to see? When you can only remember a little bit of it, yeah, just Google it. But thinking about what we lose and what is lost, I then thought about what others don't so much lose, but have taken from them, and how lives can be really hard hit by the decisions that others take. From someone who perhaps simply enjoys taking a swipe at you, and every time they see you they say something that tries to bring you down, some personal attack, to the less personal, but only less personal because the people doing it don't actually know you, but those less personal decisions that impinge deeply on your life. The people of Ukraine and Russia did not ask for war. Literally caught in the crossfire, and the ones who are suffering are not the leaders who made those decisions. They are safe and well. It's others who lose out. The people who are caught across the globe in famines, and those in our own country who can no longer pay their bills, whose wages don't cover the basic costs. At the start of this morning, I recalled a song. Well, in fact, it was just a line of a song. You know what it's like? One line from a song, and then you try to work out where it starts and what the beginning was and all the rest of it. I could only remember one line of it, and that line was, "They can't take away my dignity," by Whitney Houston. And yeah, okay, I had to Google that. I had no idea what the song was. They can take away this and that, but they can't take away my dignity. It's a line in a song that is defiant and strong. It's a bit like the other big anthem, "I will survive, no matter what, I will survive." So you name that singer, or Google it if you have to. That line in that song, "You can't take away my dignity," defiance and strength. But for so many, there is not that option, even to retain their dignity. It's sung as the greatest thing to hold on to, And yet for so many, the world has taken that too. What can we do about it? Well, our actions can restore dignity for people. It will take time. It will take effort. It will take giving what we can to feed, to help, to lift up in material ways, but alongside the material ways, depending on what we are doing, is also how we give. Giving with patience and determination, but in a way that helps restore dignity, rather than take it from them again. Rather than say, this is because you can't cope, you can't deal with life, but rather saying, this is because we realise that you are a human being who needs to be looked after and given your dignity back as much as possible. When I consider the amazing privileges I have of living in this place, of being surrounded by the colours of autumn, by the water, by the bridges, by those accesses to other places which I can use readily, I wonder how people do survive, truly survive, when that is taken from them. I Will Survive is also that great anthem, of course. But we need sometimes help from others, and others need help from us. The song from that line also says, I believe that children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Children are our future, but we need to teach them. We need to show them. We need to help them to see how to treat this world. We're the ones who have been through it a bit longer than they have, most of us certainly. We're the ones who have seen the effects of poverty and famine and bad decisions. So we need to be the ones who are teaching and helping. And we can do that today. No matter who we meet, no matter what we're doing, we can do that. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be, but also let us remind them how to live well. The chorus goes, I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadows. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity. Let's try and restore dignity to the world, to the people around us, to people who are struggling, the people who have just been given such a bad deal in life, the people who have not been able to cope for whatever reasons. Let's restore dignity, and let's do it today. And I don't think we can even begin to say, oh, I didn't remember to do that. That should be part and parcel of all that we are every day. So let's not forget that one. Let's not need to write it on a list, but let's take it from today, from this moment, and restore dignity to one and all. I hope that you enjoy this day. I hope you're able to get out and about in this wonderful, wonderful weather, to see the colours, to see the glorious autumn, to see the blue skies, and to realise and give thanks. For we are truly blessed. Let's be a blessing to others today, any day, every day. Enjoy. God bless.